So, Mario Galaxy 2, we had some hands on this before the recording started, and Yoshi's fun to ride.
Yep.
He's always
if you
fun
know
to
how to use
Pun
it.
intended.
Yeah, yeah. But B North, I assume you want to talk.
Yeah, I think, I always hate on Nintendo. This is the one day where I think this is a good game. You should get this game if you have a Wii.
No, it's a masterpiece.
Yeah, yeah. What I'm saying right now is an understatement.
It's your
like,
top shelf Wii game.
Yeah. The motion controls, Tim 10 was saying, like, oh, they're very intuitive, and he doesn't, use the
I am terrible with the Wii.
Yeah, like...
Flawless.
It's great for, people who are, younger kids and for, veteran gamers. It's got all the classic Mario RPG type elements and more. It's really just the fact that you get to ride Yoshi is just awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm so glad they added that. And
it's pretty early on too. It's not
Yeah.
even like it's like, oh, get to World 7 and hey, there's Yoshi.
Yeah, I love that a lot. But you can only use them on certain worlds for people out there. But it starts out pretty easy, and then it actually gets... I've only gotten to the beginning of where it gets a little bit challenging, but apparently it can be a pretty challenging game at points, which I think is a really good thing. I've seen it some places, like, their reviews are giving it... this isn't a low score, but they're giving it, like, high 8-point-somethings instead of a 9-point-something because the game is too hard, which I think is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's really stupid.
Yeah.
This should
Reviewing
be...
the game, not the...
Yeah, this is easily the best game that Nintendo has made for the Wii so far. I would still... you could definitely argue between it and Monster Hunter as to which is the best.
What about Twilight Princess?
Twilight Princess is really... Up until this point, I'd say Twilight Princess had the best motion controls for the Wii out of any game.
And the thing that just drives me insane is, like, Monster Hunter came out recently, Galaxy is coming out, and it's just, why is it so freaking hard for this to happen? It's just... I know, good games take a while, but they don't take 5 years.
Yeah.
They don't take
and
this long.
This doesn't even use the Motion Control Plus.
Oh, yeah.
What games have used the Motion Control Plus besides the Resort?
Red Steel 2.
Red Steel 2, okay. And that's
not a bad game.
Ooh.
Not bad.
It almost made it
but
onto
it's not
the
something
show.
that like blows you
being
away.
the key word.
It's like it's a good game. It's a solid
Yeah,
game,
solid
but it's
game.
not something that
almost lived.
yeah.
But oh man, I played this game and I'm not a fan of this motion stuff, and it's always a gimmick. It's always like some kind of cop out, and it's always like some kind of thing like, yeah, let's just take your third person action game and let's add in that motion stuff. And then Galaxy 1 was just like, yeah, let's actually try. And then they used it. It was like, you were showing me like, oh, use these to pick up the gem things, and it was like, okay, so I kind of got to manage 2 at a time, but it was so smooth. It was just like, it's not like I'm sitting here, and even when I played Resident Evil 4 for the Wii, which wasn't bad, by the way, it's just like, okay, take out the knife, oh yeah, now you can just swing a knife. It's a gimmick. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
You don't need it at all. Pressing the button is just easier. So I just plugged in the GameCube controller, and I was better off. Here, it's just, you don't want to always run over to get something, because, you're running around the planets and are circular, and it's bizarre, and it's like, just do this, and, you're just making the game easier to play, faster. It's just making the game a lot more interesting. Oh, and you can use the gems to fire back, stun a guy, hit him. It works so well.
And you can play co-op on this game where you can have one person running around with Mario and the other one firing these little gem things that Mario collects and like shooting them at people in his path, which I think is pretty cool. I haven't tried it yet.
It's just best controls I have played on the Wii. I really just want to play this game again. It's just like I've heard people that had it pre-release, and they were like staying at their their gaming centers until like 3 a.m. and they're like, I just want to play the game. I just want to keep playing, and it's really great. It has a shot at best game at the Wii. It could be, and it's top 2. It's easily top 2. It's just it's just forget everything. It's just like I love so much about it.
Yeah, I have yet to talk to someone who doesn't completely love the game, who's played it. Like, everybody who's gotten it has come in with at least mildly high expectations, and they've all, if not been met, been shattered. Yeah. And,
Is it a game like Halo for the Xbox, where if you have a Wii, you have to have this game?
I don't know what other recent games besides Monster Hunter you would want for it. I think if you got a Wii right now, what you're going to want, obviously you get Wii Sports with it. And then you're going to want, if you're an RPG player, you get Monster Hunter. If you're not, then, your options pretty much, Brawl. If you have a Wii and you don't have Brawl, like
Yeah.
You should probably
Get
be
Brawl.
shot in the face right
like
now.
I mean, I know
have
Chief.
Brawl.
Chief has a Wii. He's not here today. He has a Wii. He doesn't have Brawl. I'm ready to like shoot him. I don't get it. But yeah. So I mean, Brawl, Twilight Princess, and Super Mario, the new Super Mario Brothers,
Yeah.
and then
I love that game.
this.
Yeah.
I think those are the games. Like
What's
there's
the
a
Mario Kart
handful.
Wii is probably out there too. I mean,
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
the staple, anything with the word Mario on it is
Pretty
somewhat
much.
successful.
It's
here.
pretty much Mario Zelda,
Party 8.
which Zelda games are always going to
Yeah.
be great. And then
I think I'm
Monster
like one of the
Hunter.
only people, one of the only persons on this planet that has never played a Zelda game.
you've
Really.
never
Whoa.
played any Zelda
Whoa.
Like never.
You should be
I'm offended, right?
Like-
I'm personally
Like,
offended
never.
from
I don't
you
want to
just
have
saying
kids
that.
now.
I've never played a Zelda game or
I think I just lost
or
my
a
will to
Metroid
live.
game. Like
or
never.
Metroid. Metroid's not as bad. Like
But still, like I didn't know until 10 told me a while ago that it was he was a she.
you didn't. Wow.
I didn't know that.
Someone shoot him. Maybe not kill him, but a bullet wound somewhere on his person.
Yeah, that's one of the most
Wow.
famous female
Get my
characters.
gun.
We are off topic.
Then in the autopsy, we find
Oh,
out
yeah.
Branix is a woman.
Surprise.
Weird. But yeah, I just wanted to say one thing. If someone were to get one of the galaxies, would you recommend the first one or the second one?
I'd recommend the second one. I mean, it's not like
It's not like there's a story you need to
Yeah,
know.
well, I mean, it's basic story. Princess gets captured by Bowser, goes save her.
Same as
Oh,
usual.
you think by
Business as
now-
Business
usual.
as usual.
Yeah.
You do not need to
You
play
think
through the
by
first
now
one to
someone
know
would have bought
anything.
Peach like a gun or something. It's like, here, protect yourself. A giant spiked turtle's gonna come and kidnap you in like 5 minutes. You'll need this.
Oh, I took a funny picture at the beginning of the game. You see Bowser on the screen. He's like going like this, and there's a text bubble over his head because Mario, nobody ever talks. It's text bubble, and it says, "I'm huge," and it's just Bowser like being enormous.
Back with Mario. There's just so many great things, and I remember listening to the dev talk before this game was released. It was they were talking about Mario Galaxy 1. This is after it was released. They said, we had so many ideas in Mario Galaxy 1 that were scrapped that we couldn't use because the game would be 50 hours long. It was so easy starting Mario Galaxy 2. It was we already had 10 ideas fully already in the works that just didn't make Mario Galaxy 1 or needed more work. And they're already rolling, and it was just like, yeah, this game is gonna blow you away. And then we have more time to polish, more time to think. We got Mario Galaxy 1 basically doing testing for us, and it's so inspired. And it's just like, we want to talk about platforming, good platformers. We want to find, Mario evolving himself. This was a way to do it. And Mario Galaxy this might be it for Mario Galaxy. I don't know if they're gonna make a Mario Galaxy 3.
I'd cut it here.
But they might. It's possible. But
We'll see.
it's just so inspired, and it was such a good direction to go in. It was such a different direction. Mario 64 is a masterpiece. The side scrolling has been a masterpiece. This is the next masterpiece, and it just seems so good. I mean, I can't really drop a number on it because I haven't played it extensively. But I would say if you have a Wii, you need to play it. I mean, if you're not gonna buy it, you gotta rent it. You gotta borrow it. You gotta call me. I'll get it for you.
Thumbs up
Steal.
rental for like ever.
Yeah,
Break it to your neighbor's house, steal it.
Steal.
I will mail you copies. It's a great game. I mean, I don't know. Does anyone else have something is there something that anyone isn't liking about this? Is there something that's bothering?
Everything.
Awful game.
See, that's what I think that like.
There's
The
no
best thing
there's
about
no
it, there's
stick
no
out
problem.
thing.
Yeah, there's no problem.
There's nothing
with
that's like, oh man, I really wish they didn't include this, insert riot shield here
Yeah.
or whatever.
Like
noob
it's
tubes,
not HD, which you
Yeah,
can't
I
do
was
with the
gonna
Wii.
say that.
That's like I
That
mean,
is the one thing.
and that's the Wii's problem. That's not.
Yeah.
It's like
Stupid Wii. Thank you.
But yeah, Galaxy 2 is great. Do yourself a favor and pick up a copy.